don't feel bad because people are posting how perfect their lives is. Don't feel bad because you're a girl and you're watching all these girls that look perfect when in reality they don't look like that, or they got surgeries, or they're using all these filters. Like, you don't know how they look without makeup. You don't know how these people really, these business influencers, if they're also about to go out of business and they're just posting this shit just to just for fake, just to maybe get another deal or sell another product. Like, they're posting when they're at their best. So stop feeling bad because of all these people. Focus on what you could control and go out there and really what's going to matter is what you do behind social media. What you're doing when nobody's watching, that's going to get you the results.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of The Report. Today, I got someone who was just on the pod about 6 months ago, repeat guest. I got my man, Albert Preciado. Albert, welcome back to the show for the second time.
Thank you.
Dude, you just drove down from Bel Air in the Ferrari SF90, and bro, you sent me a photo on the way down. You got rear-ended. What the hell happened, bro?
I was driving, and there's like traffic on 405, and it's bumper to bumper, and I feel bad because it was like an older lady, but I'm on my phone. I'm like texting you, hey, I'm almost there, and then I just hear like a bump in the back, like somebody hit me in the back, and then I'm like, but there's insurance, right? So I'm like, no, not a big deal, but it's gonna delay me more now. So it's in the middle of the freeway, and people are going fast, and like on the sides, and
You're in the middle lane.
no, I'm in the on the fast lane, but it's like it slows down and then it opens up. So like it was bumper to bumper, and then they hit me, but then I get off the car and all of a sudden it clears. So there's like cars going fast, and I'm like, this is kind of dangerous.
And
I
you
don't want to
pulled
die.
over on the left side or the right side?
I just got off my car, put the emergency lights, got off, and because
in the center of the freeway?
yeah, because I'm like this. I'm in a situation right now because I'm gonna be even more late now, and I have to fix this quick. So I get off, put the emergency lights in, and just go to the lady's car, and she's an older lady, and she's shaking, and I'm like, don't worry, it's just a car. Like, don't worry about it. Insurances will take care of it. And I said, can you just text me, call me right now? And my phone's not ringing, so I said, can you text me? Just text me, and let me take a picture of your insurance card. I did that. And then the lady's like, and then I'm like, okay, cool, we're good.
Yeah.
And I just get on my car and just fucking take off. And I'm like, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened. But yeah, I'm happy to be here.
It's funny because I think most people get into these car accidents and probably sit there for hours trying to figure out who's gonna pay what's the next steps. But you get in a car accident with a Ferrari, the guy comes out, give me a photo, I got to roll.
Yeah, well, it's business. Like we can't waste time. Time is valuable.
Time is money.
So I'm like, I gotta roll, man. I gotta hurry up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't worry about it. And then they rear-ended me, so that means that their insurance is gonna pay me. So I'm good.
Yeah. And she's probably like, damn, it's a Ferrari I just smashed up.
Yeah. So I looked through the mirror, right?
Yeah.
And I sasaw the lady's face because when she hit me, she went like, and she was like hitting her steering wheel, like because I think she saw I just hit a Ferrari, because she saw it yellow, and she's like, I just hit a Ferrari. So she was probably like mad, but it's like, pay attention when you're driving, stop. Just like,
yeah, and on your perspective, it's like, okay, she's got insurance. In the event that she doesn't, you got insurance too, so you'd be good, man. But I appreciate you coming down. And bro, we've been having a little conversation before we got started in the office. I'm drinking black coffee, got the Red Bull Sugar Freeze. You're popping Red Bull Sugar Freeze, man. Have you had a chance to eat yet this morning?
I haven't. And one of my biggest changes this year, it has helped me, like, productivity wise, making more money, staying more focused, is not eating too much.
Dude, I do the same fucking thing. Why do you do that?
Because it saves you so much time. Like, I just eat, like, I've been doing this for the past 12 months maybe. I don't need till like 12 or 1 or 2 p.m. That's my first meal, because first I got to go to the gym, I work out, and then I eat after. So that's my first meal. So it could be 12, 1, 2 p.m., sometimes even 3 p.m. And people might say, well, is that healthy? It's really healthy. You get more energy, and then you eat. And then after I eat that, I just have a protein shake later, and then I have dinner. So I just eat 2 meals a day with a protein shake, but it saves me so much time. Like, I can't believe how a lot of these, like, bodybuilders or like fitness people, they're like meal planning 6 meals a day. Like, that's why they're broke, dude. They're like meal planning. They spend like half of their life just meal planning and they gotta eat every 2 hours and they eat 6 meals. Like, how much time are you losing? You're not even productive, and that's why most bodybuilders or people that are into fitness are broke.
Do you think most bodybuilders are brokies?
100%.
Mm,
I mean,
mm,
tell me a bodybuilder that's rich.
mm. Yeah, dude, for me, bro, it's an energy thing too. So like in the morning, if you eat a big meal, like you get tired. But when I start the day early, go to bed early the night before, that's the key. If you guys want to wake up early and you want to have a productive morning, like you have to go to bed early, right? Go to bed on time. That's the biggest key. And then I wake up, I get a lift in. That's the first thing I do every single morning. If I don't get my lift in the morning, I'm starting my day off with an L. I hate starting my day off with an L. And so I got to get the lift in the morning, and then boom, I'm off to the office. If I'm gonna eat something, it's a protein shake or like literally something like I get my black coffee. I'm the same way. For the most part, I'm fasting. Outside of maybe like a protein shake, I'm not eating shit till like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Sometimes I don't even eat lunch till 2:30. But dude, it keeps you freaking energized, bro. Caffeine, liquids, I'm hydrated. I'm good. Like right now, I feel great. I don't think I've ate anything this morning other than a protein shake. I got my black coffee, I got my Red Bull, and what time is it right now? It's almost lunchtime.
Caffeine is really important too.
Yeah, I feel good.
What time do you wake up?
Depends on the season. Right now I'm waking up around 6, but the time's about to change this weekend. The sun's about to start coming up an hour sooner.
Mhm.
I'm about to start waking up at like 4:45, 5.
Yeah. Hey, my billionaire friend, he told me, Albert, you got to wake up at 4 in the morning. Wake up at 4 in the morning. So like for me, it's but I've been waking up early all my life. So for the past, what people don't realize is like I've been winning, but what I mean by that is I've been making money. You know, like when I was 21, I was making $300,000 a year, doing mortgages, sales and mortgages. And I got good in sales because I wasn't good, but I read books and I did a lot of self-improvement. So that helped me become good at sales and develop my people skills. So like in 2005, 2006, $300,000 a year is like $1 million a year now, more or less. So like I started doing that and I started selling and making money. But my track record, I've been doing that for 20 plus years. There's a lot of people that try to do it and they fail, or they just started doing it now. But it's easy to get started and get lucky, and you make some money 1 year, 2 years, 3 years.
Especially when the economy's good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But then they lose it. So like I've seen a lot of people that have nice cars and now they don't. And regardless of the situation, like ever since I got my first Ferrari 10 years ago, I still have a Ferrari. Have times been tough? Every single year it's a different challenge. Yeah. But the greats, they figure out like how to pivot. What change am I going to make? If people are no longer working, then you get rid of them and you restructure, rebuild, hire more people, different people, cut down, get leaner. Like there's a lot of ways to pivot. But I mean, that track record speaks for itself. And this billionaire told me, hey, you got to wake up at 4 in the morning. So I started I've been waking up early, but I wake up anywhere from 4-ish in the morning. And
Okay.
then I go to sleep early. But
And
people
what time do you go to bed for that?
I knock out like at 10 p.m., 11
Yeah.
p.m.
I
latest.
think and that's the key for me. So I need the thing for me is I need my 7 hours of sleep. And so if I get to bed on time, give me 7 plus 8 hours ideally, I'm feeling good. I'll wake up, 4:45, 5 during the seasons, and I'm in grind mode. I usually do 100 days sober, 90 days sober. I'll do these seasons during the wintertime, and I'm just in grind mode. Now, if I go to bed late, I'm still give me my 7 hours. And if that means I got to wake up late and skip the gym that morning so I can be like here, like in a fresh mindset, like ready to rock and ready to go, then I'll do that in favor of the gym.
Do you ever wake up like at 2 in the morning and take a piss and then you can't go back to sleep?
No,
Never?
no.
So
I mean, it's happens before, but like if I'm in my good routines, I usually sleep pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have a 10-minute rule. Like if I wake up and I take a piss and I can't go back to sleep and I'm rolling in bed, I don't care if it's like 12:30
You
midnight.
just make yourself get up
I'm just going to get up and start working.
and start working.
Because my day's the same every day.
Mm.
It's just like I start earlier. Like I wake up, drink my caffeine, drink 3 glasses of water. I mean 6 glasses of water, and then I get my day started. So like I just get started earlier. If I can't go back to sleep in 10 minutes and I'm rolling in bed, I just get up and start my day. One day I started my day a day in advance because I went to sleep like at 8-ish. I was like worn out. I go to sleep at 8, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, 10-minute rule. I got to get up. I got to get started. So I feel good. And I went and brushed my teeth and drank my water and everything. And then I washed my face and everything. And then I'm like, what time is it? And I look at my I had the Apple Watch or the Apple Watch I think I was wearing. And then it says it's that I woke up at 11:40 p.m. So I woke up at 11:40 p.m. So I woke up a day in advance. That day was crappy after like 2 p.m. But
Yeah, you crashed out.
but it was cool. Like I got a lot of things done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily, man, I'm a heavy sleeper. And so I usually sleep through the whole night, and then for me, if I get 7+ hours, I'm good. But one thing I'll say is this: anyone listening to this right now, if you feel stuck, you feel like you plateaued, you feel like you're not operating at your potential, and you're struggling to kind of push it into that next gear, 99.9% of problems can be solved by eliminating alcohol and waking up early, 5 o'clock in the morning, even better, 4 o'clock in the morning. Go try that for 90 days and tell me your life doesn't get better. A lot of people are trying to like blame all sorts of other things, and they're trying to try these morning routines and blame other people. Maybe it's the relationships that they're in. They're hanging out in the wrong circles. Yeah, that stuff's important. But like the one thing people overlook is like, okay, are you still drinking? Yeah, I'm still drinking. How many times a week do you drink? They're like, oh, I drink 3 to 4 times a week casually. Like, okay. And what time do you wake up in the morning? I'll wake up at 7:30. Like, okay, well, why don't you just try a season of 90 days, 100 days, even 60 days, eliminate alcohol, and go to bed on time and wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do that every day for 60 days. And tell me your life does not improve drastically. A lot of people skip that step.
But no drinking is boring.
I agree. I think balance is key. But here's the thing. Drinking is more fun when you're coming off of a season of 100 days no drinking and you just leveled up in every fucking aspect of your life because of the 100 days.
What do you know of Winston Churchill?
Nothing. Tell me about him. That's a champagne guy.
Well, I mean, for the viewers, you could look up Winston Churchill. He created a lot of things in life. Like he's like an icon. Like he's iconic. You could look him up.
Yeah. What is he known for?
Well, let me tell you what he did. Because I don't know. I don't want to give wrong facts, but I'll tell you right now. I'll look it up.
How he made it.
Yeah, because I know he was like.
Because I know for you,
he was a prime minister of the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And
I know you drink a lot of champagne.
Yeah.
You drink champagne is daily? How often do you drink champagne?
Yeah. So I'll tell you right now. Like, so Winston Churchill is most famous for his leadership as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom during World War II, where he rallied the nation with his inspirational speeches and strong stance against the Nazi Germany. He is also renowned for his skills as a writer and an orator, earning a Nobel Prize in Literature, and for his historical and biographical works, leadership during World War II. So he was productive, and he drank 42,000 bottles of champagne. He drank 2 bottles of champagne a day.
42,000 bottles of champagne
in his lifetime. Yeah.
Damn.
From when he was like 20 all the way till he died at 90. So he lived 90 years. If somebody tells me you're gonna live 90 years, I'll be happy. But yeah, like I mean, not 90 days without drinking alcohol. It would be boring. Like think about, you have a nice yacht, right? Have you ever do you enjoy your yacht more like when you have a nice drink or
100%.
when you're sober?
And I've done sober days out on the boat. I've done season. Now it's a lot more enjoyable when I'm having a couple drinks, enjoying it. Yeah.
But think about like when you have you ever flown on a private jet?
Yes.
Like on the Gulfstream?
One time to Tulum.
On the Gulfstream?
Yes.
Okay, so think about a Gulfstream. It's expensive. You're paying a lot of money to fly in the Gulfstream, wherever you're going. Imagine going on a Gulfstream and drinking water and that's it, versus going on the Gulfstream and drinking some Veuve Clicquot, or even better, drinking Veuve Clicquot, having sex. Better experience.
So I got to be honest. So I rented a private jet for the first time ever in my life to Tulum for our retreat. And it was $93,000 round trip, Gulfstream 4. We brought a lot of guest speakers out, some of our members in the community. I was sober both ways. We shot a podcast down there. I was sober both ways, though. So I don't know what it's like drink a little alcohol on the jet. I don't.
You like having sex?
Love it.
Do you
Very,
like sex?
very important.
Do you like sex better sober or sex with alcohol? Say the truth.
I got to be honest. I think alcohol kind of numbs the feeling.
But it makes you last longer.
It makes you last longer, and I'll say this. I think the alcohol definitely like not I'm trying to think of the word, articulate what I'm trying to say. It definitely allows you to get, especially with the female, right? If you guys are both drinking, it allows you to get into like a little bit more like intimacy, a little bit
Yeah,
more weird. It
a, li-
breaks the ice.
a little bit
So
crazier.
sober sex with someone that you've just started dating is a little bit weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You,
but
you got you gotta you gotta you gotta break the ice a little bit. You gotta put the walls down a little bit.
and
You
and
gotta
the
let them open up.
and I'm sure the girl likes it when you last longer.
Yeah, I think depending on the girls, some girls probably like a little bit quicker, but most girls probably don't want a guy
Why
that's
would a
gonna
girl
last
like
two
it
minutes.
quicker though?
Um, I would say some girls like it quicker than others. Now, when I say quick, I don't mean like 2 minutes. You're married, right? So you've been how long you been married for?
Like maybe 14 years,
Okay,
13
okay.
years.
So so you've been out of the
I
game for a little bit.
I have 3 kids.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You've been out of the game for a little bit.
I love sex, I'll tell you that. But where I'm going is like the trick is not drinking too much. You know, like if you drink too much, if you get hammered, you're not gonna perform well. You might not get hard. You might it's gonna be hard.
They're
Like
generally
if
speaking.
your girl doesn't drink, she's probably gonna be a boring girl.
Mm,
Like when you get a when your girl drinks, she has better sex. You know, she gets like you said crazier. But like try having sex with a non-drinker girl, and then try having sex with a girl that takes a couple of shots and down her throat,
some
and
reposado.
dude, she's gonna get wild.
Yeah, some Dios
Yeah,
Azul reposado.
yeah. So like I mean, I know we're talking about like alcohol, but I mean, I think if you just control it, it's good. Like I give you the example of Winston Churchill, but for me, like I drink champagne every day, and it
Yeah.
helps
So
me.
so you drink champagne every day. How do you stay so fit?
Well, champagne's keto, so champagne is healthy for you. Champagne even helps you with your memory. Champagne helps you with your having glowy, healthy skin. Champagne is very low calorie, has no carbs, no sugar. So, like, you could drink a bottle of champagne and be ripped. Like, I drink maybe one to two bottles a day of champagne,
Mm,
brewed.
every
Not
single day, 1 to 2 bottles every day.
Yeah.
And how many calories is in one bottle on average?
Well, 4 glasses times 80,
Okay.
360.
So 360. Okay. And this is like liquid diet.
Yeah, but it also has the health benefits. Now, I'm not saying
It,
every day I'm gonna drink 2 bottles,
is it
but
part of your fasting diet?
uh, it's part of my diet, daily diet.
Your
Uh,
dating diet.
but
Okay.
it's like think about this. When you go out and you drink,
Mm,
everything's a science.
mm,
So like for me, like I wanna be lean. I wanna have muscle, and I wanna have a six pack. Like
mm.
I wanna have a six pack. I have a six pack all the time, and I'm always like under 10% body fat,
Non-negotiable.
non-negotiable. Like I can't. Like that's why
Why?
we're fitted clothes,
Why is it a
because you make
non-negotiable?
more money. You make more money. If you're single, you attract more women.
Mm.
Your confidence is better if you're fit and if you have a six pack. If you don't have a six pack, you're not fit. So like you have to have a certain level of body fat percentage.
Do you think guys make more money when they're single or married?
I don't think it I don't think it matters, but the most powerful man in the world is single and he has a bunch of kids.
Is
Elon
single with a
Musk.
lot of kids, not married?
Elon Musk is
Oh,
not
you're talking
married.
about Elon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. But
But
generally speaking, I feel like a lot of the world's billionaires are married. Most of them. Now, the reason I asked this is because you said you make more money when you're fit. I agree with that. Also, I feel like a man is more motivated to get fit if they're single because now they're in the open market versus a lot of guys, they get comfortable when they're in a relationship, right? Now, on the flip side, that's contrarian to what I just said. I believe that it's very hard to build a big thing if you're out single because the more you grow a bigger thing, the hotter the woman in the red dress gets, right? At every single level. The distractions get bigger and bigger and bigger. And as you grow, you start to attract higher and higher quality women, which are bigger distractions. And it's a lot of time and effort that goes into setting up dates, going out, drinking with all these people. And it's not conducive with growing a big thing. And so that's why I say, like, do you think that guys that are happily married make more money or less money?
happily married,
Yeah,
make more money.
make more money. Yeah, I
But
agree with that.
think about this. Look, some guys' potential are gonna be Hondas, and some guys' potential are gonna be Ferraris of women. So like when you have such high potential, then your expectations are gonna be a lot. So when I got married, right? When I've had like my first girlfriend, second girlfriend, and so on, I've always believed that when you fall, like when you're attracted to somebody, and let's just say you fall in love, you have sex, and you're attracted to each other, and you get together, the girl, the woman's gonna look a certain way. You're gonna look a certain way. That's why you became attracted to each other. But then over the years, if you last a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you get married, so on. Uh, I believe that you should always improve. So every year you should improve. So like me, if you ask me, uh, ever since like let's say when I got married, have I improved in the way I look? Have I improved in the income level? Have I improved in my intelligence level? Have I improved in like my relationships that I've developed? Like all of that, building the business. Have I had problems? Am I perfect? No, I'm not perfect. But every year I've been fit. I gotten fitter. I've looked better. Like
Gotten
I
smarter.
kept
You look younger.
kept up. Yeah, look, I
Yeah.
look younger than when I got
And that's a
married.
good test. Like looking at a photo of yourself 5 years ago and asking yourself, do you look younger or older?
Yeah,
Because when I look at photos of me at 33, I look older than I do today at 40.
yeah,
So I've like reverse aged in 7 years.
yeah.
That's a good test for a lot of people.
Because you're productive and you're like you're productive. But
Happiness stems from growth and progress.
exactly.
When
But
you're not, as a man, if you're not building something, if you're not building something big,
yeah,
like I think you're dying.
but this is my
We're either building or we're dying.
of course. But this is my advice for the
Look,
woman
look
out
at
there.
Grant Cardone. Grant's almost 70. And the dude looks younger than a lot of 55-year-olds. The guy's just getting warmed up. He's almost 70 because he's building such a big thing. The guy has a lot of years of juice in the tank. How many 70-year-olds do you know that are in a wheelchair? They're going to a retirement home already? A lot.
Yeah.
And this dude's just getting warmed up right now. But it's because he's building a big thing.
Well, when you're productive and you have purpose, like you're gonna get younger and younger. And my tip here though for the woman out there, and
Yeah,
you
what's your
w-
tip for the woman?
you
Because it's a little bit different for the woman.
yeah, like woman, you're probably not all of you are gonna like this, but there's some women that are gonna like this. But it's like when you get married to your husband, or when you start a relationship, you start dating, you become girlfriend, boyfriend, you have to get better, not worse. So just because you've been married for 10 years, or just because you had kids, I saw a girl at Equinox, Century City, and she had a tiny little waist and she had like curves. She has her boobs done, and I don't know if she has her butt done or whatever, but she's in really, really good shape. And she has 5 kids. And she's probably older, but women make excuses. Oh well, I got in out of shape versus when I met you, or versus when we got married, because I have kids. Oh, because I run a business. Oh, because I have all this stuff going on in my life. Look, there's people that have a lot of stuff going in their lives, and they still get in better shape, or they stay in shape. That's just, or when people say I'm too busy to work out, I'm too busy to be in shape. No, you're not. Like it's just priorities. So like as a woman, when you find the man of your dreams, make sure that you keep improving from the moment you meet the person, and year after year, you get more intelligent, you do self-improvement, you work hard. If you're a housewife, you're a great housewife. When the husband gets home, you do whatever the husband wants.
Mm.
Like
Be
some
easy to date.
yeah,
Be an asset to the
like some
family.
like why is it that when you meet, they give you a blowjob, they rub your back for 2 hours, they make you food, and then after years, no more blowjobs, no more sex, no more massages for 2 hours. That like everything ends. So like that's why a lot of people break up, because the what you used to do, you don't do it anymore, and there's no excuses, and it's a two-way street. Like you both have to give, but it's not just one
They
party.
put their best foot forward in the beginning. But I'll also say, like, girls that fall off like that and they don't treat their man the same way they did in the beginning is because they're probably not dating the right man for them. A lot of girls that are dating these guys that are not the right man for them, and they stop giving them attention and they start giving other men attention, is because they don't respect their partner. That's not the right guy for them. And a lot of girls will say, oh, the timing's not, they might tell one guy, hey, the timing's not right. I'm not ready to settle down. But then the next day they could go meet the right guy that's a higher status man that can command their respect. And all of a sudden that girl's ready to get married, ready to do the 2-hour massages, ready to do the fucking blowjob. It just comes down to meeting the right partner. And you could say the same thing for guys. If guys are walking all over a female partner, their spouse, like not into them anymore, not giving the wife sex anymore, not giving her the attention, not bringing home flowers and going the extra mile every now and then, and taking her on date nights, it's because it's not the right girl anymore. Maybe the girl fell off, but it's not the girl that this guy wants to be with anymore.
But it's a two-way street, right?
Yeah.
Why do you want to take?
It comes down to options.
Why do you want to take your girl out to dinner if she's being a bitch?
I don't. No,
No.
That's number one thing for me, man. I value a woman that's going to be easy to date. I put out as a entrepreneur, business owner, real estate investor, I'm dealing with fires every single day in the office, putting out fires left and right. The problems get bigger as we grow. The last thing I want to do is come home after a long day in the office and deal with more problems. I want a partner that's going to be easy to date, someone that's going to be an asset, someone that's going to help me build the thing that I'm building. What are your thoughts on that, bro? This guy's taking his jacket off. Looking fresh, by the way, man. You always get the fit game on point, bro.
That way we have different.
I was getting heated right now. He's getting too warmed up, guys.
I mean, I'm excited. You want to get? It looks like 2 podcasts because you have a different outfit.
Yeah, there we go. It's part 1 and part 2, bro.
Yeah, but you were asking me about what do I feel about relationship? What?
I was saying, do you feel like because a woman doesn't want to put her best foot forward for the guy, she doesn't want to do the massages anymore, she doesn't want to cook and clean anymore, it's because that guy is not the right partner for her?
Yes and no. I think that ends. I think it's first of all, marriage is a very complicated thing. It's very hard.
It doesn't have to be complicated. I think a lot of people make it more complicated than it needs to be. Now, I've never been married.
Yeah. So you can't give advice on that.
But I'll say this. Being in a relationship and living with your partner,
it's complicated.
It can be, but if you're with the right partner, it's easy.
Okay,
bro.
how long have you lived?
Easy.
How long have you lived with a girl?
I've lived with 3 exes in my past.
For how long?
And the next girl I date, I will live with.
But what's the longest you've lived with a girl?
2.5 years.
Dude, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Try living with a girl for 10 years.
But they weren't the right girl for me. That's why.
But sometimes,
and looking back, I'm like,
yeah,
they were definitely
sometimes
not
they're the right girl, but then they're not the right girl years later. This is why I say it's hard. But
How long have you lived with your wife?
12 or 13 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would you say the biggest challenge is of living with a partner for 12 years?
So before you get married, I would recommend to live with the girl or live with the guy.
Of course, you got to test drive the car before you buy it.
Because remember, and I'll put it. I'm gonna make a comparison, but
Okay.
social media.
Okay.
I see a lot of these business influencers.
Okay.
A lot of you follow. All these people that have 1 million followers, 2 million followers, or 3 million followers, or hundreds of thousands of followers, and they're in the space of the business masterminds, events. They're influencers in business, right? And let's just also say
I know who these guys are.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Well, I'm not going to mention their names, but
Yeah.
you also see all these girls that are all Insta models, right? and they're all like
OnlyFans girls.
OnlyFans, models,
Mhm.
Fashion Nova. What's it called? Fashion
They
Nova
get views
models.
based on
Yeah.
being provocative.
So they post their best pictures. They post their best videos. They use all the filters they can use. When you see them in person, they look very different. All these the business influencers, they post all this fake shit, like my wife is perfect, and my life is perfect, and my family is perfect, and we're living the dream life, and we never argue, we never have any problems. I'm a perfect man, and I don't do any bad things. Like I could go into more details, but
Yeah, the reason they post all the relationship stuff
it's for views.
is because
Because people
people
are gonna
engage with that shit.
Yeah.
But it also builds trust. And so it's like post the kids, post the wife, post the spouse. Sunday we're out at, doing whatever with the
Yeah.
family. that gets views and it builds trust.
So
And
one
so
of
I
my
get why they post it.
so one of my best friends is a billionaire. His name is Neil.
Okay.
He never posts anything about his wife, kids, or nothing. He just posts about his main core business.
Okay.
And he's a billionaire. All these other people, they're not billionaires. So like my point is that social media is so fake that people are gonna post social media. When they post it on social media, they're posting when they're at their best.
Highlight reel.
They don't post when they're at their worst. They hide that shit.
Yeah.
So like a lot of these people, they post when they're at their best with all these filters, scripts, or things they're pretending to be happy. And then once they post that and they go behind the curtain, they're probably miserable. They could be miserable. They could be unhappy. They could be like, man, I wish I could really be doing this, but I'm posting this stuff. So my point is that, like, if you're watching this and you're in business, you're struggling. Maybe your marriage is not 100%. Maybe your business is about to go out of business. Maybe you have the biggest challenge right now in life. Don't feel bad because people are posting how perfect their lives is. Don't feel bad because you're a girl and you're watching all these girls that look perfect when in reality they don't look like that, or they got surgeries, or they're using all these filters. Like, you don't know how they look without makeup. You don't know how these people really, you know, these business influencers, if they're also about to go out of business and they're just posting this shit just to just for fake, just to maybe get another deal or sell another product. Like, they're posting when they're at their best. So stop feeling bad because of all these people. Focus on what you could control and go out there and really what's going to matter is what you do behind social media. What you're doing when nobody's watching, that's going to get you the results.
Yes. I agree, man. I agree. The other thing I'll say is this. If with all these woman influencers out there, there's some women that are actually educating and they're trying to attract their avatar. There's other women that are just trying to be provocative because they post little provocative stuff and they get views. It might be a real estate agent. It might be a girl in the fitness space that's trying to build her online coaching business, teaching other women how to get in shape. And that's her clientele and her avatar. But these girls that are real estate agents, these girls that are in the fitness space, they get more views when they post provocative stuff by men. So then they post more provocative stuff and more provocative stuff. And next thing you know it, their audience is all men. But those aren't the guys that are buying from them if they have like an online fitness business, right? And so you see a lot of that. Now, the girls that are OnlyFans, yeah, like post that stuff because it's the men that's going to be buying. It's the women are not going to buy from them. So I think what people need to do more of is two things. One, you need to ask yourself, who's your ideal client? And you need to put out content for the ideal client. Now, the second part of that is exactly what you said. Like, if you feel stuck right now, you don't feel like you're growing, you feel intimidated, you feel like everyone else is winning except for you, everyone has figured it out except for you. No, like the truth is nobody has it figured out. Nobody has all the fucking answers. Some people act anyways. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Cuban, the list goes on and on. All those people, when they started, they didn't have all the answers. Everyone's just kind of shooting from the hip. I know for us, I mean, I'm a walking testament of that. I got in this game 6.5 years ago. I knew nothing about business, nothing about real estate. 3 years ago, I knew nothing about content. And I just been shooting from the hip, and I've been learning as I go. And I've been fortunate enough to get in the right rooms. I've gotten into the right rooms and access to the right people through this podcast, which has been a huge hack. But for the most part, man, we're all just shooting from the hip, bro. We're all learning as we go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to talk about online coaches and stuff like that for a little bit?
Yeah, man. So I know you made a big pivot in your business. I saw you put out a very raw, authentic video a couple months ago on your Instagram. And we caught up a little bit on it before this podcast. But yeah, drop some game, bro. Drop some game.
Well, that is like there's a lot of online coaches out there right now. Online coaches, and there's like I really like the way you're doing it, where you have your masterminds and you keep it very minimal because you're focused on your main core business.
Yeah.
You don't do much
It's exclusive.
of that.
It's exclusive. I don't stand on social media and sell it.
And it's like the like Boris and Amanda Palominos. Like they're good friends of mine.
Yeah, I love them.
And business partners. So
Great
like
people.
we're their not preferred, but we're like their only mortgage lender and real estate broker.
Even for the residential assisted living
Yeah.
facilities?
So we help them, and we help all their clients that come in, because he has a program, like he has like a small mastermind, like similar to yours.
Yes.
But they mentor people on how to do the same.
Yep. Very familiar.
So for example, like every client that comes into his mastermind, and that qualifies, that wants to do it, we help them acquire their property, 5-bedroom property. We help them finance their property, so we do their mortgage, and we could also do their escrow. So we service his clients, and we get referrals. But think about this: like more than Airbnb and other stuff, the senior house living, the senior housing assistance for the seniors. They're helping seniors. They're taking care of them, and at the same time, it's a huge moneymaker.
Yeah. And by the way, we got 40 million baby boomers retiring in the next 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
This industry is about to blow up.
Yeah. So they collect, they make about $10,000 net income after all expenses, mortgage, and everything a month, just by
Per facility.
Yeah, for facility.
Yeah.
5-bedroom, more or less. Like he could give you more of, he could go over the details because he knows that he's the expert in that. But
Yeah.
my point is, when you do a mastermind and just keep it simple, and it's to get more of your clientele, it makes sense.
Because it wraps around.
Exactly, because he has a business, you have a business. But when I see all these online coaches that don't have a business, they haven't been in business, or they're 20 years old, 25 years old, and they're showing that they have all these exotic cars and all this stuff. I mean, people, use your common sense and just think for a minute. Like, these people have no business, and they have exotic cars and the lifestyle that they're promoting. 99.9% of all these people, they're broke. Like, they rent all their cars, they rent their homes, they don't have a business. And even if they're hustling people and charging people's credit cards and not delivering, getting chargebacks, and they're still making some money, it's temporary. Like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, like they're not gonna have a business that they can sell, or they never built anything. So like, all these people, like they're really, like, when they say scamming, yeah, it is true. So what happened to us is we were helping.
Real quick, before you jump in, this is important. I see this a lot, and I think for anyone listening to this, is like, you got to ask yourself, okay, is this person that's selling me a course, are they more focused on growing their primary business, or are they more focused on selling courses? Because I've seen a lot of people go in and get in a real estate game. They do one deal, and they're more interested in getting students for their coaching business than they are buying more real estate, right? What did I tell you before we started recording? I said, I want to be known as a real estate investor. I want to build Summers Capital into $1 billion portfolio. That's my goal. And oh, by the way, we got a couple communities, but it's more of an exclusive thing, right? I don't want to ever be known as an online educator. That's not what I want to be known for. Anyways, jump into what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, even adding really quick, like Neil Patel, he doesn't sell coaching or none of that, but he's at a different level. So like, when you have even these other big influencers that are saying that they're worth $400 million, like $800 million, and they're selling courses, or they're still selling courses or masterminds, somebody that has $100 million in the bank is not gonna sell courses or masterminds,
unless you're Grant Cardone.
That's where you realize, like maybe Grant Cardone isn't worth what people think. Maybe he's and he's worth a lot. I'm not saying he's not worth a lot. And he came to my last Driven event. But when you're at a billionaire status, you don't sell any courses. You don't do masterminds. Like, you get my point, right?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Because Neil tells me all the time, like, I thought this guy was worth $500 million or more. Like, why is he selling a mastermind for only top individuals and charging 20 grand, 15 grand, whatever that looks like? Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, if I had $200 million liquid in the bank, I wouldn't be doing any of that. I would be focused on growing my main core business, building another bank.
Where I have a problem with it is, I don't have a problem with people like having online coaching and all that. I don't. This is where I have a problem with it. If you don't have the resume and the fucking track record to be teaching it, you shouldn't be selling courses on it. And so when I start to see like people teaching things that they don't really know a lot about, or they've only done one of that, that's where I have a problem with it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes
100%.
sense?
Yeah, 100%.
But anyway, so dude, 2 months ago, fucking, you made a big pivot in your business.
Yeah.
Break that down.
So 2021 was the first year I hit over $30 million in revenue, and I didn't have any coaching or any masterminds or none of that. It was just real estate, mortgage, real estate, and escrow. That's all so I know how many millions you can make just focused on real estate and mortgage with a strong personal brand following, being influential.
Yes.
Even at a bigger level, you can make more money.
Yes.
Now, I saw a business model that a lot of people are doing it, but I think it's oversaturated right now. I think the economy is really bad right now, and I think people are struggling. Debt's the highest. It's harder to qualify for loans, credit cards. So, long story short,
And let's not forget, liquidity is at an all-time low for Americans across the board. Let's not forget, we've been in a high rate environment for about 40 months. And regardless of your lower class, middle class, upper class, how do Americans re-up on liquidity? It's by refinancing their primary mortgage. And no one's been able to refinance in 40 months. And so even if you're a high-income earner making $400K, $500K a year as a doctor and attorney, those individuals still have to re-up on liquidity. They probably still have expensive car mortgages, expensive car payments. Their kids are probably in private school. They probably have an expensive mortgage. They still have to re-up on liquidity, and they haven't been able to refinance. And so that's why I think liquidity is an all-time low for Americans. Also, credit cards, personal credit card debt is an all-time high. Back to what you're saying.
and I'll talk about mortgages right now because there is a lot of mortgages. So like I've been bringing in so many mortgages, but I'll talk about that after.
Yeah.
But I copied a model.
Okay.
So from this guy that's doing $1 million a month, the guy's not doing $1 million a month, and I'm gonna explain. So we copied a model and we brought in some people that used to work there that had the blueprint. So I said, well, why not make an extra $1 million a month? I could do it at a higher level, faster with my personal brand, my looks, my personality, being Latino, being Mexican American, entrepreneur. Like I control all the entire Latino community in the United States. Like there's no Grant Cardone that's Mexican. There's no Tony Robbins that's Mexican. And we've been doing the driven events for 10 years. So like I build a big brand around that, and I could play that game if I want to, but I decided to retire from it, and I'll explain that. But I copied the $1 million a month thing. So yes, the first month we did about 400,000. The next month, 1 million plus, 1 million plus, 1 million plus. It lasted 6 months, and I just killed it. I just said I'm gonna stop this. I don't wanna keep doing this longer. I don't want people to feel scammed. I don't want to get into debt. I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get a lien. I don't want it to blow up big. Did it blow up small? Yes, but I'll explain. We onboarded some people that used to work there, and we started making $1 million a month. You don't really make $1 million a month. You break even or lose money. More than likely, you lose money. All these people that say they make $1 million a month, I've seen that it's they don't even have $25,000. They don't even have they don't have money in the bank. Why? Because you make $1 million, and then 50% has to go to pay your sales team. Then another
Paid
10%,
ads, marketing.
another 10% goes here, 10% goes here. You got to make
Yeah.
$1 million a month. We were spending about $130,000 a month in ad spend.
Okay.
That adds up. Then you got to pay your employees, VAs, and other shit. Then the processor keeps 10% reserves, 15% reserves, 5% reserves. They vary. So, and then you get chargebacks. So once you get chargebacks, you're negative. Chargebacks don't come right away. Chargebacks come 6 months later, 4 months later, 3 months later. So I saw that, and then you start getting bad reviews, and I'm like, dude, this is a fucking bomb. Like what the fuck am I doing? And then my friend Neil told me
Where were the reviews coming on? Like Google or where?
Google, Reddit, things like that.
Mm.
Like I'm not really familiar with all that stuff, but my marketing team would tell me.
Yeah.
And I'm like Neil's like, Albert, why are you spending so much time on this stupid shit? Like focus on your main core business. And I said, you know what, you're right. And so I said, you know what? And then after it started getting tougher to get people qualified, because remember, a lot of these people that buy to make $1 million a month, you got to sell it to people that are not that smart, not that experienced, young kids. And how do they buy? They buy on emotion. And when you're pitched the dream, hey, you're gonna make $10,000, $50,000 a month selling high ticket sales, they get all excited and they're like, yeah, I can do. Can is it possible? Yes, for the 1%ers. 99% of the people that buy the program are not going to do it because they're not committed. They don't have the capacity for that. So long story short, our salespeople are having problems now getting credit card approvals for these people. They're not selling. We keep spending money on ads. They're quitting. A lot of them are quitting. Then we're getting more chargebacks. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to stop this right now because it's going to get, this is not a profitable business. This model doesn't work. And there's so many online coaches, people, like everybody's selling high ticket sales. So I said, I'm going to go back and I'm going to focus and I'm going to triple down on mortgages and I'm going to build this mortgage company and I'm going to build what was originally the where I was going. We're going to build we're going to start with a small mortgage lender, and a small mortgage lender is worth $1 billion. Look at Loan Depot. They're worth, last time I checked, they were like 1.1 billion a couple days ago. So it's, and why mortgages are a real product.
And that's what got you to where you are now.
Exactly.
And I always say, like, starting is about saying yes, growing is about saying no. Figure out the life you really want, then say no to everything that isn't that. But that's the biggest mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make, real estate investors. I've been there before. It's like saying yes to too many things.
Exactly.
And the opportunities get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you have to learn as you grow to say no to bigger and bigger opportunities. But I bet, and that's a big thing. You shut that down after 6 months. But that's like, I mean, you're a seasoned entrepreneur now, right? And so like you're like, hey, we're gonna test this. We're gonna run the playbook. But then you identified, hey, like this is becoming more of a distraction than I thought it would. It's not bringing as much cash as I thought it would. Let's just nix it and let's go back to focusing on what you got you here. But so that's a veteran move, though. That's a veteran move.
100%. Yeah. And most people can't do that because they don't have a mortgage company to rely on, a real estate company, an escrow company, and
because their only hustle is the coaching.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's just people will see somebody like me or you, and they'll laugh, they'll celebrate like our mistakes or our losses. They'll celebrate and they'll scream it. But your wins, they stay very, very quiet. And that's what I really like. Like, it motivates me. Like, I'm a highly ambitious, motivated person. Like, I've always wanted to be a millionaire when I was a little kid. Then I wanted to be a billionaire. Then I think trillions. I'm crazy and I scare a lot of people. But one thing, like, dude, Tim Grover, Neil Patel, Glenn Stearns, he sold Stearns Lending. People like Patrick Bet-David and people like that, they tell me, Albert, you always figure it out. Like, you're going to figure it out no matter what. You're always going to win. Is it going to get ugly? Yes, but you figure it out.
Because you have the right mindset.
So people will make fun or they'll gossip about, and I tell Sil about this, right? And I'm like, dude, people want to see us fail. People want to gossip, and people are happy to see us suffer a little bit because they're just envious people. They want to be like us so bad, but they're never gonna be like us. So like, people,
hate only comes from below, man.
Exactly. Yeah. And you think, like, people leave my company a day later, I don't even remember their name. You know, some of them are cool, some of them, and I'll be cool. I'll talk to them still. I'll answer their messages, but more than likely, like, I don't remember their names anymore. And I'm not saying in a bad, arrogant way. I'm saying, like, there's no more value for me. I'm being a little selfish. I got to focus on what's going to put money on the table for my kids, for my parents, for my family, for myself. I don't have any time to waste for people that are no longer part of the company. I'm going to focus on people that are still part of my life. Why would you go hang out and have drinks and celebrate with people that are no longer part of your business, that left your company?
No.
It makes no sense.
Some people do that, though.
And these people are like, they'll make fun of me. Oh, Albert has a lien. Ha ha ha. Albert has a lawsuit. Oh, Albert has he's one of the top people that owe in the state of California. Like, bitch, that's a good thing. Like, you think brokies are gonna have lawsuits? No, who's gonna sue a brokey? Who's gonna, like, the state of California is not gonna, you're not gonna owe this, you're not gonna be one of the biggest people that you owe in the state of California if you're a brokey. You're not gonna, like, it's people that are billionaires, they get $20 million lawsuits at a time.
Dude, like Grant Cardone probably has hundreds of lawsuits at any given time. Elon Musk probably has thousands of lawsuits at any given time.
Exactly.
And so, like, as you grow a bigger thing, like, it's inevitable. It's part of the game.
But average motherfuckers, brokies, they don't understand that. They're fucking dumb. Like, they don't know. They're not business people. They're independent contractors at best. Like, they don't know they don't think like a business person. They don't know entrepreneurship.
Yeah, it's part of the game, bro. It's part of the game. Why do you think a lot of these people hang out with other brokies? Because for me, I'm like,
makes them feel better. They're insecure. So like me, you think I want to hang out with somebody that's that makes less money than me?
0 interest. Unless you're helping them.
Yeah, like you want to help people that are below you. You want to treat everybody with respect. Every time I go out, like the valet guy, I tip him big money.
Yes.
My waiter, waitress, whatever. The janitor, I treat everybody the same.
There's 2 types of people. I say this all the time. There's 2 types of men out there. There's people that see like the nice Ferrari SF90 that you have or the nice yacht, and then they'll say, "Damn, what did you do to get here?
Yeah.
And how can I do that too?"
Yeah.
And they'll ask you questions about what you did to get there. The second type of guy is the one that sees the SF90 and is going to fucking call you a sugar daddy and is going to talk shit behind your back. That's the second type of guy. But those guys are the ones that are in the comment section, clowning on people, being fucking pessimistic. And those are the ones that live in their fucking parents' basement playing video games. And they're the ones that are never going to get out of that situation.
But bro, listen to this really quick.
Yeah.
I have people that used to work for me that still live in a little apartment or little house or with their parents, like young, like kids that are not part of the company anymore. They're talking shit about me, gossiping. I don't even know who they are anymore. And they're talking shit about me. And I'm like I gave them a $20,000 Rolex and they left a month later. I took them on a private plane, Gulfstream, because for 3 years we were flying Gulfstream, paid for their vacations, let them borrow one of my Ferraris, Rolls Royces, and just gave everything, right? And then when times are no longer convenient to them, boom, they dip, and then they're talking shit, and so it's like, why would you want to associate with people like that? And then you just move on, and I wish them the best. And wish him the best, but I move on. I'm gonna focus on what I'm building. But it's just funny how that works. And John Maxwell, I hired him to mentor me years ago, and he said, just give, always keep giving. But I'll tell you this thing: stop giving Rolexes to your employees. Stop giving them gifts, shoes, and all that stuff, because at least it hasn't worked for me. Like, those people always end up leaving, and they're saying that they're going to be part of your company for life, and they leave. There's a 5-year rule. So like every employee, independent contractor, same thing. They work for your company. If you do a great job, they're going to be with you 5 years plus. If you do a good job, I think that's the lifespan that they have. If you do a good job, it's going to be like 3 years.
Okay.
But usually 1 year, 2 years, and they dip. Yeah, but 5 years is good.
Yeah. Well, I commend you for making that veteran move, dude, because not a lot of people would have the courage to just be like, hey, you know what? We just built this thing. We just hired all these people. We just onboarded all these people. But this is what the market's telling us, and this is the direction we need to go now. We're gonna shut it all down. So I know that wasn't easy, but I always say
it was actually very, very easy. It was very easy.
Yeah,
for me.
it felt freeing for you, like a load off your shoulders.
It's very easy, man. Like when people leave you, when people leave your company, or when you shut down a department,
yeah,
or when people quit, you got to be a cold-blooded shark, and you move on. You think Grant Cardone has a business partner, right? Dawson. I don't know if they're still together, but I know they used to be together, or they're probably still together. And he's a big business partner. He's not like a Jared, for example.
Sure.
Jared.
I like Jared Glant.
He's awesome. Yeah. But Dawson is like, he sold the company for, I think, $100 million. He partnered up with Grant. So let's just say Dawson.
And he's running the Scottsdale department, right?
Yeah.
Sales.
Yeah.
For 10X.
So if Dawson leaves Grant, you think Grant's gonna start crying and be like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do?" And the next day he's gonna be emotionally down, or do you think Grant's gonna be like, "Fuck you, I'm moving on this second"?
Yep.
That's how I am.
Here's the direction. Boom.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Fuck you, I'm moving on. You want to leave? Leave. I'm focused. I'm ready to go right now." But like, for example, like my wife Sil, she'll get down. And she'll feel bad, and she'll be like, "Why did this person leave?" And I'm like, "Who gives a shit? Let's focus. Let's move on. Let's bring in new people. Let's roll, man." So for me, it's exciting. And when, because remember, the good times, 2021, 2020, good times create weak men. Weak men create bad times. Bad times create strong men.
Break that down.
So when times are easy,
Mhm.
everybody's making money. Everybody's getting Ferraris, Lamborghinis,
Yachts.
and yeah, and everybody is like, everybody's happy, excited. You don't see the trueness of somebody that really has your back. They're saying, I'm gonna be here forever, till the end. It's all bullshit. And then when times get bad times, these people crumble. They blame it on the company, on their bosses, and they're like, I'm gonna go to another company because I'm not getting support here. That's all. That's all a lie, because we gave a lot of training. I brought in speakers. I brought in the best realtors like Josh Altman, and others. I forget all their names, but I brought in so many quality people to train our agents, and most of them are just fucking lazy. And some of them left and some of them did good, but it's not because the company or their bosses. It's because they were behind on their bills. They have kids, and now it's do or die. Like, they have to fucking hustle. If you fucking hustle and you get better and you just hustle and you quit the gossip and you quit all the negative, toxic people, you're gonna hustle, you're gonna make money. But it's because they are fixing it. It's not because of the environment or the place or all that stuff. So that's what I think it is.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, man. I always say, put yourself in situations where the hard way is the only way, you know. And I talk to people all the time. They're like, "Oh man, I'm broke right now. I don't have any cash flow right now." And I'm like, "Dude, being broke is part of the game." Like, I shove the chips all in every 3 to 4 months, betting on myself, and I will continue to do that. And at every single fucking level, like, you have to shove the chips all in, betting on yourself, and then it forces you to level up. And if you're meant and cut out for this game, you're going to put yourself in that situation, and guess what? You're going to figure it out. You're going to level up the network as a function of it. You're going to make more money as a function of it. You're going to gain more confidence when you get on the other side of that. And I always say life gets uncomfortable before the level up. Now, if you're not cut out for it, it's not good advice, right? But I tell these folks all the time, man. They're like, they're still playing. They're still playing on first base, and they're like, "Hey, I don't have money." I'm like, "Bro, being broke is part of the game, man. You have to continually shove the chips all in, betting on yourself, dude." So I want to switch gears here a little bit. I want to start ripping on some good game right here. A lot of society norms that are keeping people broke right now. And let's just start to let's pick up the pace right here. Okay. So first things first, the system needs the middle class. Okay. The education system is designed to keep you middle class. I always say the government needs three things, right? The government needs the middle class to survive, right? There's three arms. You got the central banking system, you got Wall Street, and you got the federal government, okay? And so what do they tell you from a young age? They say, go to school, get good grades, play it safe, diversify, go to college, play it safe, diversify, invest in your 401k, go buy a single family home. But when you do that, for one, you go to college, they lock you up in student loan debt. That's cash flow for the central banking system. And you go get a 30-year mortgage. That's cash flow for the central banking system. And then if you go invest in a 401k, invest in the stock market, they don't teach you real estate investing. They don't teach you how to start a business. But when you do those things, now it's cash flow for Wall Street. And then the third arm is when you go get a high-paying income job, right? You go to college, you get a 37% tax bracket. That's cash flow for the federal government. And so I think when you do those three things, you know, those or when you do those things, it really incentivizes those three arms to flourish. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think like my daughters,
Hmm.
they're homeschooled,
Yeah.
and I don't want them to go to school because like you said, they just teach you how to be an employee.
Why do you homeschool your daughters?
Well, they started getting homeschooled because when COVID happened, they wanted to vaccinate them. So I learned this from Grant. Like, we don't believe in vaccinations, so our kids, they have 0 vaccines. So, and they're the healthiest. They're smart, full of energy. I've seen a lot of kids that get the COVID vaccine, and they died. They became mentally, like, their mental health just went down the drain. People that died, older people that died. So, like, that's why we put them on homeschool.
So they don't have to get the vaccines.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
and then also, like, I mean, you just go out there and you see all these, like, how fucked up a lot of kids are, but it's just like the world's fucked up. So like I want to keep them closer. I want to teach them sales, marketing, investing. Like my daughter Italia has a business. She's 7, she's 8, and she has a business where she sells on eBay. So she sells all my old clothes that I don't wear, because I buy a lot of clothes, and a lot of my clothes is expensive. So she'll sell it for 50% off on eBay, and she makes her money, and she gets 50% commission. So she's always selling. So she's learning how to do that at 8, and she's making money, and that's why. But at the same time,
That's cool, man.
yeah, you don't want your kids to be also use on the iPad all day and things like that. But I mean, school doesn't teach you anything that you need in life. Like it's bad.
Another thing that society teaches is, have a balanced lifestyle. I hear this all the time. Balanced lifestyle, balance is key, balance is everything. But if you look at the world's wealthiest people, all the billionaires out there, they're not balanced at all. They're like all in betting on themselves. There's zero balance for billionaires. But the school system, society teaches balance. Why do you think that is?
Because they want to keep the middle class. They want to keep people broke,
Mm,
because they need people to work. They need
yeah.
people to do jobs. But now with AI and all this stuff, like there's gonna be even less jobs available. So I don't know what's gonna happen. A lot of people are gonna be fucked.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. I think when when it's talking about the central banking system, Wall Street, the government, they need to breed middle class people, because that's what fuels them, to kind of like close the loop with what I just said earlier. But without the middle class, none of this stuff works. It doesn't. It all kind of collapses. Okay, so I got one more for you. You say all credit is fake. What do you mean when you say credit is fake?
Well, let's just say there's a lot of loopholes. So how many Chapter 13s has Donald Trump done? Like 16 or
Mm,
17?
bankruptcy, chapter
Yeah,
16.
Chapter 13. Yeah, because like let's say I have debt, right? And I have liens.
Yeah.
I could just let that I could just keep getting more liens, keep getting more debt, letting go of debt, and then I just do a Chapter 13, and then everything is wiped, and I keep my business. It allows you to keep running your business. So that's a loophole there. Personal credit. You get $400,000 of credit cards limits, and then you spend all of it, and then you don't pay it anymore. Now you have something paid off as an asset or something with value, and then you're just like, "No, I'm not gonna pay these credit cards anymore." And what happens? Do you go to jail? No, nothing happens to you. They just send you to collections, and then you hire a credit repair company, and they take it off legally. They take it off your credit report, and it never comes back. It can't come back. It cannot come back. So now you just created 400,000, bought something, kept it, and then you let go of the 400,000. So like all these things, and there's many more. The wealthy, they know how to do this stuff,
Mm,
and that's why Donald Trump has done 16, 17, Chapter 13
mm.
bankruptcies.
And now he's president of the United States 2 times.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's like if you have credit issues right now, like there's a lot of companies that I can refer you that will eliminate every single derogatory account, collection, bankruptcy, mortgage, anything can come off the credit report. If you have a car payment that's $1,000 a month and it's affecting you and qualifying for a mortgage, you can remove that from your credit report, and then nobody's going to see that $1,000 a month payment that's going to affect you in qualifying for a mortgage. And also right now, there's literally stated income loans for mortgages. Like people qualify, like it's back to 2008. There's literally almost stated income loans. There's 100% financing available. 2008 all over again. Like, so if you're watching this and you're like, man, I don't have a job or I don't make enough money, you qualify. 100% financing, FHA 3.5% down. There's VOE only programs where your employer verifies employment. So if you verify your employee's employment, that you up their pay to $10,000 a month, now they qualify for a mortgage because they're making $10,000 a month. Because they're just gonna call you and verify, hey, Did you is this person making 10K? Yeah, he just started making
Is that a
10K.
certain threshold for like lending right now? You've said $10,000 a month. Is that a certain threshold that some of these like first time home buyer programs are looking
It,
for?
it depends on the house, but I mean now you have to make more money than ever. So like most people they don't make that much
Because the
money
rate environment's higher, or just because
because the
lending's a little
rate
bit?
and inflation also like
Yeah, yeah.
the properties
Oh, I see
are
what you're saying.
high
Yeah.
but there's all kinds there's like DSCR loans where as long as the rent covers the mortgage payment you're fine. There's also business uh what is it checking statements checking bank statement loans. So they'll give you your income will be your deposits. So
Those are good for business owners because on paper, with all the depreciation, you're a
yeah
full-time real estate professional business owner. You have so much depreciation. On paper, you're not showing a lot of net
yeah.
income, but
So what
the
what
bank statement loans are great.
what's your name again?
That's Oscar.
Oscar.
Yeah.
So dude, Oscar, does Oscar make 20K a month?
Oscar's a business owner,
Yeah.
and so he works with a lot of clients like myself.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
Okay, so he's not a good example. So let's use the girl that brought me up, your
yeah,
assistant, right?
yeah,
Lauren?
mm-hmm,
Lauren?
yeah.
So does Lauren make 20K a month?
She'll probably push 200 grand this year with
Right.
bonuses.
So I'm getting back. So who's
and
your lowest paid employee here?
um,
Let's just make up a name.
dude,
Richard.
even my even my like editors, I got 2 full-time editors
Yeah.
on staff. With their bonuses, they'll both clear 100 grand this year,
Got it.
and they're probably okay.
So let's just make
the
it.
hotel staff,
Uh-huh.
cleaner, the housekeepers at the hotels. Those are probably the lowest paid,
Okay. So let's
Okay.
just say
and they're probably I don't know what they're doing.
okay. So
$24,000, $30,000 a year.
okay. So let's just say Maria. Yeah, she
Okay,
makes
yeah,
30K a year.
yeah.
I like a mortgage. I'm not gonna say I'll do it, but any other mortgage company, like they can make Maria. They can help Maria qualify for any house she wants, even if she has bad credit.
With stated income loans.
With stated income loans, by removing things from her credit report,
Mm.
cleaning it up. So in other words, it's so easy right now to qualify for a mortgage, for any mortgage. Now you might be saying, well, why are so many agents struggling? It's hard right now. The economy is bad and lending is hard. It's not if you have a personal brand. So going back to what we were saying is like you're doing a great job by growing your personal brand, getting all these views and stuff. Because if you don't have a personal brand in 2026, no matter what you do, whether it's insurance, mortgages, real estate, you will be out of business. Period. No other side of the story. You will be out of business if you do not have a personal brand.
In 2026.
2026, yeah.
Yeah. I always tell my team, I'm like, the media arm of our business, social media podcasts, without it, we don't have a business. It drives all of our leads.
Yeah.
Everything. Even access to buy like good hotels. They don't come on the market. These are off market through personal relationships we have because of the brand.
Yeah.
And so I tell the team, like, man, without the media arm of the business, we don't have a business.
Right.
And that's why it's the most important arm.
Yeah. Because me, like I got back to bringing in business for mortgages, and just by me simply putting mortgage content, I'm getting so much business that's coming in, and it's less views because mortgage is boring.
Yeah.
But I get quality views of people that are going to be buyers.
Right.
When you do a video about like, hey, you know what, drinking champagne is healthy, or
Yeah.
or use your Ferrari like a prostitute.
Yeah.
Like it gets you views.
Yeah.
But those are not like rich people that are going to be your clients and buy your product that you offer.
Yes. Agreed. And yeah, I agree. And that's why I think it's important to have, long form content, some short form as well.
Yeah.
Which is big. So I know you had lunch or like dinner with Bradley like back in the day, and it was kind of like your aha moment of like, hey, like real men pay the bill. But I still see a lot of people going out there that are like, in the 30s, 40-year-old men. They go out with each other, and the bill comes. There's 10 people, and they're all splitting the bill, getting their calculators up at the dinner table, and calculating the bill in front of everyone. I'm like, dude, it's kind of embarrassing. What are your thoughts on guys that are splitting the bill in their 40s?
It's the people you hang around with. That's why I was telling you, like, why are you hanging around with average people? Why are you hanging out with people that are no longer part of the company? Why are you hanging around with certain family? Like the only family members you should hang out with are your parents, your brothers or your sisters. Like, why you don't have to be hanging out with your uncles and cousins? Like, are your uncles and cousins offering you value to get better? Are they successful? Probably not. So like, why are you wasting your time? Like, people don't realize how important time is.
Yes.
You can't get that back. It's more valuable than money. So like that's key right there.
Yeah. And so what's your message for these guys that they're splitting the bill when they go out to dinner?
They got to stop hanging out with fucking all those losers.
Mm.
Because I was hanging out with losers, and I used to be one of those guys where I would be like, oh well, I only had one drink, or oh,
Mm.
today I didn't drink, so why are we splitting it? You had 5 drinks, you had 6 drinks, and I didn't drink today, so like why are we splitting it? I'm like, I only got this taco, and so I should only be paying $10, and I forget there's taxes plus the $10.
Mm-hmm.
So, but being around those people, that's what you're expected to do. So like when I went out, like Bradley was at one point, like he was one of my most successful friends that I knew at that moment. So I was doing okay. I had an American Express card,
Mm-hmm.
platinum, and we went to have dinner with the families. So it's the first time that I dealt with this, but I gave him my card, and I'm like, here, you like, let's split it. And then he just got my card and just threw it back at me, and he said, we don't split bills. Like, I got it. And I'm like, and then that just stayed with me, and I'm like, you know what? When you have that that thinking, that when you think that way, I'm always gonna pay the bill. It in your head, you're like forced to produce more income, because you know that you always have to pay the bill. You always have to buy your girl's shit. You always have to pay the mortgage, the rent, the expenses. You always have to pay because you're the man. A man's supposed to provide and take and protect. Provide and protect. That's a man's job, not a woman's job. So like you're always gonna put out your card. If you can't afford the whole bill, then don't go out. And if you're gonna go on a date, please pay the bill.
Yes. I saw a video yesterday in online, and the guy was saying, he's talking about like money within you and your partner, and he was saying, my money is her money. Talking about his spouse, right? My money is her money. We share it. But he said her money is not my money, because her money is so non-substantial based on how much money I'm bringing in, that it's like, I don't want to touch her money. Let her keep her money, but my money is her money because I'm the provider. And that forces you to, I think the takeaway of this video and what you just said is like, it forces you to think through a bigger lens. It forces you to make more money because you're the provider. But when you go out to eat with all these folks, I just assume I'm going to cover the whole thing. And it's almost like when I go out to a nice dinner or even go get, a table somewhere, it's like, yeah, like I feel more like a man. I feel more like a provider. I feel more like an alpha if I'm the one that's taking care of the
Yeah.
bill.
And it just
You know what I'm saying?
it mentally forces you to produce more.
Yes.
And that's what you want. You always want to be like, you want to be spending money, because when you spend money, you're forced to produce more. And like doesn't it feel bad? Like I feel bad when a woman buys me something. Like when my mom buys me something, when my girls buy me something, when any woman buys me something, I feel bad. I'm like, why did you spend money on me? You're a woman. You're a girl. Like girls are not supposed to spend money on guys. Guys are supposed to spend money on them. So like it feels weird. Like it hurts me. I'm like, I'm like, take it back, and I'll give. How much was it? Here's the money.
Yeah, 100%, man. So you have a Ferrari SF90. One thing I want to ask you is, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, and this is not good advice for everyone, but one of the things I noticed for me personally is whenever I've forced myself to go buy the nicer thing, go buy the nicer car, go get the nicer place to live in, even get the nicer boat, it's forced me as a function of it to make a lot more money. For one, get more views online. For two, you have to make more money. It levels up your network as a byproduct of it. You get in the right rooms, you start networking with bigger and bigger people. And by being around bigger people that are making more money, you level up as a function of it. And so what are your thoughts on that? Is that good advice for most people out there? Is like, if you can afford it, go buy the nicer thing, because society's going to tell you not to. But I kind of think of it as an investment because you get an ROI on it if you're that guy. It's not good advice for everyone, but I think for the right person, it could be.
1% of the wealthy, they don't have nice cars. Like for example, I know this billionaire named Fred. He doesn't have an exotic car. He has a Tesla, but he also bought he owns 5,000 units. He owns a Home Depot he owns the big Home Depot on Wilshire in downtown LA. He owns that. He's super mega wealthy, but he just has a Tesla. But he has all that real estate, and his house. He has a big mansion in Bel Air. So what he did is he bought the neighbor's house next to his mansion in Bel Air to have 2 homes to make it bigger. Then he bought a third house neighbor, a fourth house neighbor, and a fifth house neighbor. So he owns all 5 houses that are in that pocket in Bel Air, one of the most expensive places in the world, to make it a huge mega 5 mansions combined. So that's how much stupid FU money he has, but he doesn't have an exotic car. He's an exception. But everybody else that's a billionaire or worth a lot of hundreds of millions, they all have nice cars. I have Glenn Stearns. He owns he owns a big lender. He sold Stearns Lending, and he's not flashy and everything, but I know what he has. Like I've been to his house, like $80 million home in Pelican Hill. He has like I don't know how many Rolls Royces I saw lined up, but I saw at least 5 rolled up. He never puts them on his social media. And I've seen others like you see Grant, you saw Patrick Bet-David when they started coming up. Grant had his Rolls Royce Ghost like 10 years ago when he started showing it off. Remember, or a little bit more than that. Patrick, I don't know if you remember 10 years ago or whatever. He was showing off his Lamborghini. He was showing off his Rolls Royce. And now not too much. But back then they did it, and it helps you. It just gives you credibility more than anything, and it opens doors for relationships. For me, 10 years ago, I got my first Ferrari, and I bought over 9 Ferraris, 9 or 10, and Rolls Royces as well. I've had all the Ferraris, all the Rolls Royces, and it has made me who I am today. It has opened so many doors for me, and I've created some of the biggest relationships in the world. Like I was in Necker Island,
Mm.
Richard Branson's
What
island.
what is Necker Island all about, anyways? What's at Necker Island?
So Richard
Am I saying it
Branson,
right? Necker or Nectar?
Necker, yeah, Necker
Yeah,
Island.
what's at Necker Island?
So Richard Branson is a multi-billionaire.
Okay.
He's a founder and owns Virgin,
Okay.
and he bought that island. So he bought that island a while back. But if people know the story, when he bought the island, he was broke. He needed to raise money, borrow money to buy it. And every successful and he's like 70 years old now, but every successful story, it takes 20, 30, 40, 50 years to build something like that. And people maybe they see your struggles today. I don't know if you have any struggles. I have a lot of struggles. They see my struggles today, and they don't realize that's part of the fucking process. One day your biggest test is going to be your testimony. So you got to keep on going when it's hard. That's the difference between people like me and you and other people. When it gets hard, they quit. And quit could mean I'm going to go work for this other company that's going to pay me a higher percentage. I'm going to try to do this other thing. Or they blame it on their company that they're with. That's why they're leaving. But they're really quitters. When it gets hard, they don't buckle down and fight triple. They just quit. And they go somewhere else where they think it's going to be different. It's not going to be different. It's going to work if you work. So what I saw from those people is all of them, I was the youngest one right there by far. Everybody there was 65 and up. And all of them have built companies that are worth hundreds of millions, if not billions. And they all struggled. They've all had the same issues that I've had, that I'm having. It's part of the process. So what that made me realize is like, damn, you know what? It's going to take some time. I'm 42. They called me the baby. They're like, oh, you're a baby. And they would laugh at me. Like, you're a baby, man. You have so much. You're so fucking young. And I'm like, I don't feel young. But they're like, you're young. You're young. This is just the beginning. And then that made me realize, damn, some people have gone through so much more than I have. And it's just going to take time. It's a process.
Yeah, it's good perspective. I mean, speaking of billionaires, there's been a 330-foot yacht just in the middle of the San Diego Bay right here. And I could see it from my high rise. It's been posted up there right in front of Portside Pier for a month now. And you look up these nicer yachts, the bigger ones, the mega yachts online. The yachts will have its own Wikipedia page. It will tell you who owns it. And it's always a billionaire. And so this guy, I looked him up, 92-year-old billionaire worth $22 billion with a B. But it makes you realize like the dude's 92 years old. And so a lot of people in their 30s, 40s, they feel so pressed because of social media and because all the stuff that's out there. But it's like in all reality, dude, this game takes time. The average billionaire is 67 years old. this dude with this yacht out here, I don't know who he is, but he's 92 years old. And it
Yeah.
just shows you, it's like, no, the game takes time.
Yeah.
And when things get heavy, like that's just part of the process. Life gets heavy before the level up. I always say that.
Yeah.
But speaking of the boat game, right now,
But before you get into that,
yeah.
the heavy times, the hard times, that makes you better.
Mm,
Like when you're making the most money and your liquid is the highest,
yes.
and it's easy to make money, do you feel you grow during those times? Or do you feel that you grow more when you have to figure it out and you're like, fuck, I might go out of business if I don't figure it out? That's when you grow.
Yeah. When shit gets heavy and like there's fires left and right and you feel heavy, you feel the anxiety, and if it gets uncomfortable, that's where most people give up.
Yeah.
But every time you push through, you figure it out and you get on the other side, that's where the level up is. So real quick on the boat game. We're talking about the 92-year-old billionaire out there in the water right now. If you're listening to this right now is a great time to buy a boat. The boat market is really soft right now. And the reason is a lot of these people, a lot of these business owners in 2020, 2021, when interest rates were 2.5%, went out and bought a bunch of boats. The market was easy. You said the times were easy back then. They were easy, right? A lot of people had a lot of extra money. The government was printing a lot of money. We just went through a shutdown with this virus, the COVID virus. And guess what? No one went out of business. The government bailed everyone out. They printed all this money. Interest rates were at 2%. There was inflation everywhere. And so all these business owners went and bought, they overspent on all these expensive yachts back then. And now we've been in a high rate environment for the last 36, 40 months. And when cash flow gets tight, what's the first thing that these business owners let go of? It's the yacht. And so all these business owners that overspent on these yachts 3-4 years ago are now offloading them. And so what I did in April of April of this year, when the stock market was crashing, there was all the bad news in the marketplace about the tariffs, and the stock market was crashing. I went out and just started ripping offers on all these more expensive boats. Ripped about 100 offers, and I was able to lock this one up, Explorer Yachts, 62, donation yacht. There's only 10 of them in the world. This one was bought in 2021 for 3.5. I bought it through a charity program. This guy used it for 3.5 years in the Bahamas, trashed the boat, didn't even maintain the engines, completely ran the boat to the ground, donated it because he couldn't even sell it, donated it to his charity program. I didn't even know the charity program was a thing, right? But it is a thing. And so they got it. They get the guy gets a tax write-off. The charity program, it's all profit for them. They take the money, they donate it to the Children's Foundation. And so $3.5 million, this guy bought it for in 2021. I bought it for 1.3. And then they do a 0% loan. You put down 35%, 0% loan. But the takeaway is this. If you're looking to get a boat right now, great time to buy a boat, not a great time to sell a boat. So if you're looking, Albert, to get in the boat game, bro, this is the time.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
Yeah.
But again, the boat is going to be like the supercar. It's going to get you more attention. So like if you're using it for attention, it's really good.
Yeah, and it's good networking. Go out to Catalina, there's 300 other yacht owners out there.
Yeah.
They're all business owners. They're all real estate investors. And it's great. It's great networking, but also it's more of an experience. Like you get the nice car, but it's like, okay, like I barely drive, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it's like the boat game. I can bring my team out there. I can bring investors out there. I can bring mastermind members out there. It's more networking,
But dude,
more business.
Speaking about experience and waiting till you're old to be successful, it's going to take time, but why not live life like it's your last day? Like that's why like Ferrari and living in a nice place where you're excited, like the Ferrari's not that comfortable, but it excites me. Everywhere I go, people are watching, looking. It's exciting. It feels good. Like if I have to go and get in the Mercedes, it's not as exciting as if you get in the Ferrari, especially even the lower Ferrari. If I have to get in a F8 or the Tributo versus an SF90, it's different. Much less a California Ferrari. That's like the small one, but like having a badass car, it just feels really, really good. And the biggest mistake that people made in the past, I'm talking about the people that quit, the quitters. So the quitters, when the economy started getting more challenging after 2021, they bought nice cars. And it wasn't nice cars because they couldn't afford the super nice cars. But they got the entry-level Ferrari or the entry-level pre-owned Lambo or the girl Lambo, the Huracan. or an old Rolls Royce Ghost, and when times got tough, they let go of the car. What they should have done is they should have been like, hey, kept the car and use it to get more business, and that'll pay for the car and more. And you could say, hey, look, you show that you're still winning even in harder times because you still have the car and you're winning. That's what I did. That's what people like us do. But most people, when it gets tough, they quit. They're like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make money next month. Let me get rid of it. Let me give it up.
They give up the nice things, they trade in the nice things, then they go back to their day jobs. They're playing defense, and that's a scarcity
They go back
mindset.
to being average, like they're supposed to be.
And sometimes when things get tough, it actually feels lighter to like have a place of abundance. Be like, okay, like, you know what? Instead of contracting right now, we're gonna grow. We're gonna think a little bit bigger, right? And you figure out a way to make that work. That feels lighter. And the last thing I want to say is this: for anyone listening to this right now that's a business owner, or maybe you're in sales, maybe a real estate agent, you're a mortgage lender, and you're like, dude, it's been tough. I'm like, you know what? Like, dude, it's not supposed to be easy all the time. These last 3.5 years with the high rate environment is not supposed to be easy. A lot of people have been washing out of their industry and going back and getting day jobs. And so if you're still in business right now and you figure out a way to make it work, like, you should be proud of yourself, because right now it's not supposed to be easy. And so if you're finding a way to grow right now, you're finding a way just to, keep the lights on and stay in business, things will improve. And when they do turn around, you're going to be prime and set up because you didn't quit, you didn't give up, you didn't throw in the fucking towel like a lot of these other people did. Albert Preciado, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Dropping so much game, so much value. We got to connect next time, maybe out in the water or up in LA. Would love to check out your pad. Would love to come up and check out your stuff. Where can the folks get in touch with you if they want to learn more?
Just Google me, Albert Preciado. Google me, Albert Preciado, and if you made it a little bit when they could Google you.
There you go.
But Rich, really quick, something
Yeah,
that we left out on
Go ahead.
environments. Environments are very, very important. So like your yacht, the Ferrari, Four Seasons, first class, all these expensive things, places, gym memberships. Like get the most expensive membership to the sports club. Stay at the most expensive hotel, even if you get the cheapest room, because you want to be at that bar where you're gonna have somebody that might be your next business partner, your next investor. You want to be in those areas. Stop being cheap and being in brokey places or hanging around with brokies, because you're never gonna grow. So that's why I went to Necker Island. That's why I was like flying private and all these cars and all these expensive gyms and hotels, because you're gonna meet people like Fred. He met Magic Johnson at the sports club Equinox, and Magic Johnson, they bought a Starbucks together in his Home Depot. And then Magic invested with him in other stuff. So that's the start of something. That's
really good advice. I always say, get in rooms where your dreams are others' realities. It's the quickest way to level up your life. And, this game at the end of the day, if there's one takeaway I have, my biggest takeaway, I think, looking back is this game is all about being in the right rooms. Albert, appreciate you coming on. Encourage all listeners, go check out Albert on Instagram at the Albert Preciado. He's Albert Preciado. I'm Rich Summers. Listeners, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.